It's Monday. It's the Luke and Pete Show. I am little Petey Donaldson, and I'm joined by Mr. Luke Humor. There was a recent visit to a brewery that we all did.
There was.
The OG Ramblers. Me,
Remember it
you,
well, yeah.
Marcus and Jim, and a few production friends, and we all went there and we all took some pictures for the launch of the new lager that the Football Ramble have been involved in. My Fizzy Ant. And there was a picture where I don't know what had gone wrong, right, whatever, where Jim looked like the biggest boy who ever lived.
Yeah, people were commenting on that.
He looked bigger than you.
Yeah,
and
he's not bigger than me.
And I looked smaller than Marcus, which I'd like to go on record to say I'm not. We're exactly the same height. Me, Marcus, and Vish, pretty much. And I was just very surprised. I don't know what it was. The brewery, the perspective, the lens. How did it make Jim look so big?
I think he's standing slightly closer to the camera, isn't he?
Yeah,
it's like one of those weird Ripley's Believe It or Not optical illusions.
It is. It's like the Glasgow. I don't know. Every city has one of those museums, and I think Glasgow has one of the better ones. But every city has like a museum of erotica. In Europe, certainly, and it'll also have a museum of the bizarre, and it'll be like they've taped a table to the ceiling, and you take a picture for Instagram, basically, or someone's made a big papier-mâché axe, and it looks like you're swinging it, and that sort of thing. They've made like a big ice cream cone, and you hold it like you've got a big ice cream, and it's always shit. And
it's like one of your fever dreams, this.
Every town has a museum of erotica and a museum of the bizarre and the strange. And if you're in America, you'll have one that's just like a museum of crime, and you'll have a museum of skulls and stuff.
And they'll have a massive chair outside.
Yes,
Ohio's biggest chair, yeah.
That's bigger than a chair should be.
Yeah.
And they're always shit, but they're always like, somewhere to take the kids in it.
By the way, my favourite comment on that photo of us, because we've all got a pint in our hand, is someone who commented, Marcus holding that pint is stolen valour.
Good stuff.
Because obviously he doesn't drink.
Yeah, good stuff. Classic. Stolen valour.
I'm excited for the old My Fizzy Ant launch party and the World Cup watch along and the summer generally. I mean, I think we mentioned it the other day, but I think the weather warming up makes a massive difference. When you've got a kid, it makes a massive difference.
I'm going to get instant sunburn. Yeah, but it's just you slip, slap, slopping all the time, just constantly.
Yeah, but it's better than being stuck in the house with its pissing.
It is better than being stuck in.
It's just your kid just goes feral.
You don't have to go soft play. Do you know what I mean?
Nah,
you don't have to go think like on the
2 hours of like it being too cold or wet to go outside with a toddler. Within 2 hours, every single thing you own is on the floor.
Yeah, completely agree.
It's barbaric. You can't do it. So I think a little sojourn up to North London for the World Cup watch along at 40-foot brewery. Little chat between us about the football. Game kicks off at 9. We'll be sheets to the wind by 9.
Oh, I mean, good God! Isn't it open from 5? I mean, that seems.
Well, our overlords have given us extra
awesome
licensing hours for the World Cup, haven't they?
Ah, I see.
Yeah,
right,
so that's good.
Thanks, Kia.
Yeah, if he's still in situ by then. He's got
I'll have 2 tears in my eyes through all of the alcohol.
He's got an inquiry impending, though, hasn't he?
He's got. It's just every week. Can't he not just do a Donald Trump and go, no, I'm busy?
Yeah.
What I like about it is everyone brings him in for these inquiries.
I'm absolutely astonished that myself that I was lied to so much. Fuck off.
And then so when I was home a little while ago with my dad goes round. He does CNN, Euro News, and then so he'll watch
News?
Euro News. I think it might be owned by the French company. Basically, it's just like a German bloke who can speak about 5 languages doing a round robin with the ex-Prime Minister of Finland.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
That lady, and it'll just be all that really, and they'll just be talking about the state of the customs union and stuff. So he'll watch that for a bit, then he'll go straight on to GB News and watch that young twerp do chat about rape gangs.
Who's on that? Who presents GB News these days?
I mean, I think a lot of the heavy hitters have sort of gone. It's Farage has still got his show. The Tory who left, who's a fucking twerp.
Rees-Mogg.
No, the northern bloke who's like.
Lee Anderson.
Lee Anderson.
Yeah, 30p Lee.
I think they were talking about the rest of politics. Alan Rushbridger headed not an inquiry, but they watched GB News for the whole day or the whole week or whatever, and they got 3 or 4 different sort of journalists or thinkers to kind of basically rate how right wing, how reform specific all of the output on GB News was, because it's basically reform TV, isn't it? And they basically found that like it's just a political. It's
blatantly in breach of Ofcom regulations.
And Ofcom, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they think that they can't get.
Well, Pete, tell me a regulator in the UK society that's good.
Yeah.
Tell me a regulator. Well, they're a good regulator.
Yeah.
Ofwat? No. Ofcom?
Yeah.
No. Can I think of any others? No.
They need to disband Ofcom because they're just not fit for business. Fit for purpose. Ofcom had to sort of do they had to get Six Music had put another channel down. Not Six Music Chat, I'm afraid. Six Music Chat had put another channel down on the BBC Sounds app, right? Mm-hmm. And they had to get clearance from I think either the BBC Charter people or Ofcom, and you're like, hang on, is this a digital channel? Basically, another radio station. It's just not fit for purpose. It's
and I think
that's
the difference between the GB News people just don't give a shit. They'll just be like, okay, we'll challenge. They'll just challenge them. And Ofcom are completely toothless. And the very idea that a serving MP from a political party can just
do a TV channel.
It's bonkers. It's absolutely bananas. It's totally against the Ofcom's own regulations. So I don't know why I'm not doing anything about it. It's crazy.
But this guy, what I like about this, so I'm watching this fucking twerp, a young guy. I think he's the son of somebody. He's the one who took Darren Grimes' show, I think.
Right.
Who Grimes he thought he was going to.
It's not this Tom Harwood guy, is it?
It's a Tom Harwood young guy.
He's definitely got one.
Tom Harwood, I can't remember. He's a young guy anyway, and he's on every night, and he's a little twerp, and the way they sort of set this up is right. They'll sort of go. Donald Trump gets, some idiot with a fucking gun tries to get in the ball, It was
the White House. It was the press.
The White House
press
correspondence ball.
Yeah.
Press ball. Like it or not, I mean, it for me, not the most serious attempt on the president's life, one might suggest. Anyway, so he basically goes. It's just basically like having a crack at doing what Fox News does. The rhetoric on the left means that this is why this sort of thing is happening, and it's just fucking bollocks anyway. And they'll get they'll find a woman on TikTok, like a young lass on TikTok with coloured hair, going, "Oh, I wish I'd shot Donald Trump," and it's just like this is the proof that the rhetoric, the rhetoric on.
Just say rhetoric.
Rhetoric.
Thank you.
The rhetoric on the rhetoric on the left is beyond the pale, and it's like it's just some fucking arsehole on TikTok.
How did GB News square the Trump thing? So they still Trump has obviously gone completely off the reservation. Did GB News still stick with him?
Well, they're still Farage, aren't they? Farage is still kind of. I think they're kind
but
of.
Even Farage has come out with some stuff where he's like, I need to distance myself from this stuff. Right?
Yeah. He's toxic. Obviously, Trump's toxic. But yeah, they're basically with the Trump stuff. They went down the path of the left are toxic people who are aggressive online, and that this is why people are shooting people. Again, not really a new story we need to sort of be worrying about, save for the trip that. King Charles is. But
speaking of that, though, that's really interesting because essentially the Trump administration are just so petty and weird, and they're just deeply, deeply weird, right? Yeah. And so they have this grievance culture where there's no policies, there's no politics as we understand it. It's all just like drinking liberal tears and all that kind of stuff. But more recently, it's just been about really trying to execute whatever latest madness Donald Trump decides is happening, right? That's basically all it is, right? So the only qualification you need to be a part of that setup now is just like loyalty to Trump's mad, like kind of whims, right? And the really interesting thing is over the last few days, because Starmer and Britain more broadly have refused to be involved in Iran, right? Yeah. the Trump administration let out some kind of info that were basically briefing that, well, in that case, then because of this, the US is now going to change their policy on the Falklands.
Yeah,
the US,
But he's an 80s guy, though, isn't he?
Yeah,
Trump's an 80s guy.
But
he just sort of like, there we go.
But the thing is, right, that is absolutely catastrophic for Farage, isn't it? Because Farage's whole identity is essentially is basically the 80s, low tax, and Britain is sovereign over the Falklands. And he's actually come out today saying, well, King Charles needs to address this with Donald Trump. It's like he doesn't know where to turn.
Stuff, isn't it? Yeah. He's really caught in the middle, isn't he? Yeah, it's a lot of GB News stuff is just like, you won't be hearing about this in the usual news. It's like literally one 14-year-old migrant raped a schoolmate, and it's like, right, and didn't see a custodial sentence because he's 14, and it's like and it's just all kind of like, yeah, you're not going to see that because it's an isolated incident that happened. So the reason why you're talking about it is because he was a migrant, and so it's like, you're not going to hear about this on the news. Well, you do hear about it in the news. You do hear about this stuff quite a lot, but you're not going to lead with it because people have actual news to talk about in the grand scheme of things, if that makes sense. Obviously a horrible crime, but the price of petrol's through the roof. We could be dragged into a million different skirmishes in the Middle East if this sort of thing continues. So priorities have to be weighted in certain ways in a news environment. But because GB News is just annoying old men. That's kind of like what they lead with, and it's really funny that they sort of talk like they sort of, you won't be hearing about this in the news, in the real news, and it's like, yeah, because you're not the news, you're bad at this.
Have you
you're
seen?
Quite poor at this.
Have you met any GB News presenters? Because I've met 2 of them.
Have you? Right? No,
yeah.
No. I think it was who's the long man?
Jacob Rees-Mogg.
No, the long stand used to be a stand-up, and he went GB News, didn't he? The old, the long fella.
Lee
who was... No, long glasses, curly hair, very intense.
Oh, yeah, that guy. He was like a poor man's Louis Theroux.
He was a poor man's Louis Theroux.
I've met him as well. That's
Mark
3. I didn't know he
Dolan.
was on that. I've met him as well. He's an odd bloke.
Yeah, he was interesting because I interviewed him a few times on Absolute, and he's just doing the Edinburgh.
Is it Mark Dolan? Is that his name?
Mark Dolan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seemed like a quite really nice bloke, and he would go out of his way to sort of like give us a text or something. I'll give you and he's gone mental. It just I don't know how you sort of.
I found him to be.
He's
quite,
odd.
Yeah, quite
he's
horrible.
Odd,
like he was in the same office as me when I was at TalkSport. He was either on Virgin or Talk Radio or something like that.
Right. Okay.
And I found him to be a little bit odd. I found his like conduct.
He's definitely
strange.
mad. Definitely mad. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I forgot I'd met him. I've met him as well.
I do for GB News.
I've met Michelle Dubry.
Right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Who's the northern girl from The Apprentice who isn't Katie Hopkins, and she was a character. I can't say too much because she's in a relationship with someone else I know who I do like.
We could definitely so easy to Google. We could definitely get on GB News.
I've also met Martin Daubney. He's a fucking proper weirdo.
Right,
so Daubney's the guy who I used to edit Loaded magazine, and he's gone proper like stop the boats mad, and he was the guy who saluted the Trump motorcade.
Of
and
course,
it became a meme.
Yes, yeah. What I like, I mean, he's like one of those. What I like about that, he's kind of like he's gone through that kind of like laddie kind of magazine and stuff, and now he's just sort of like gone full men's rights.
Well, because he tried to go like, I want to be an MP, but everyone was like, well, you're fucking mental. We're not voting for you. He got like 300 votes or something, and then that was it. And then he just shacked up with Lawrence Fox.
In 2007, he organised a straight pride march.
Nice.
Fair dues, he was doing the Manosphere stuff in 2007.
Yeah.
He was.
By the way, that is one of the gayest things you can do. It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. I mean, tell us you're gay without saying you're gay. Just be gay. It's fine to be gay. It's absolutely fine. So I think they're a bit of a motley crew. I think if we turn tail, we could get the good right wing money. I think we could definitely do it.
I don't think the researchers are good enough to sort of know that we're not right wing. I don't think. I don't think it's enough thing.
Also, it's easily done. You just say, "Oh yeah, well, I changed my mind."
Yeah, changed my mind.
And I've got a following, so give me a show. And they say,
I saw an unattended dinghy next to the White Cliffs of Dover.
Do you know, I have actually. Can I just say something? I have actually seen that years ago. I told you this. I'm sure I did. I was with a mate of mine, Razor.
Yeah.
He's a police officer now, but
Don't
he wasn't
get him
there.
near the dinghy.
He wasn't there. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't then. And we were having a smoke on the old Devil's Lettuce. You know.
Whoa.
Some of the.
He could lose his license as a
He wasn't a police officer then.
I see.
And we were partaking some of the herbaceous clippings, and walking along the beach at Leon Solent. It must have been about 2 a.m. maybe. It was an amazing summer because that was the summer the big whale washed up on Leon Solent as well, which was massive news.
Of course, yes, yeah.
I told you about that. And we saw a dinghy wash up on the beach.
Yeah.
With probably 6 people in it.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Of Middle Eastern appearance.
Yeah.
And they got up off the dinghy, let it down. It was like an inflatable thing. Folded it up, stuck it on one of their arms, and they just walked off. And at the time, but the thing is, first of all, I wouldn't have reported it anyway because it's not really. It's not what I'm like. But secondly, at the time, it wasn't a I mean, it was more just confusion. It wasn't like, oh my god, that's what it is. I don't know what it was even to this day. But it wasn't part of the common discourse then anyway.
Fishing. Just some lads going fishing.
They weren't going fishing, mate. They had no fishing gear.
Did you see that? My dad was also watching. Of course, he was watching that documentary about the that lawyer or the set of lawyers solicitors who are trying to who are getting immigrants to pretend that they're gay for their hearings.
Right.
So they're persecuted in their own lands and stuff. And it's really funny that like even in these sort of like meetings with people who are applying for immigration, they'll have these meetings and stuff, and it'll be on a secret camera with the BBC, and they'll sort of go, well, I mean, you could pretend that you're gay, and he goes, and they'll even in the middle of like they're desperate, and they're desperate, and they want they want to give their case a best chance, and so I go, right, fuck it, let's roll this dice, but they do sort of go, but I'm not gay.
Yeah.
And it's like,
and what am I going to need to do? Like,
but I'm not gay.
Yeah.
Like it's just so like they don't sort of go, all right, fine, right, okay, I think I can get my head around this situation. Every one of them to a man has this kind of like male toxicity that goes, I'm not though.
Yeah.
They have to voice it. They have to make it flesh.
You're
really
you're an open borders guy, aren't you? You're like, no one is illegal. No
everywhere. Open borders, open trousers, everything. Everything's.
Would you just say? Because obviously, I can hear Peter in your dialogue here. You're very critical of current government policy. Out of interest, what would you do?
What would I do? I'd probably basically come up with some kind of PR line to kind of explain to people that the amount of people coming up the boats compared to people outstaying their visas is negligible. But
you'd probably lead with something like Britain's a shithole anyway, right?
Yeah, that as well.
I'm surprised it go with that straight away.
As I drove past the Basildon sign, there's basically this massive Hollywood-style Basildon sign.
Rate that.
It's somebody. I mean, it's preposterous, but because it's Basildon, someone's put. It looks like they've used like cement bags, like empty cement bags,
right.
And they've made a big. England flag in front of the Basildon sign, and it looks like shit. I hope it blows away, but yeah, coming into town, got to drive past that every time I go past Basildon. So
what does it
maybe
say,
I won't take the arterial road.
What does it say?
It's just a big England flag that they've made.
Right.
It's like bigger than a house. It's huge. Like I don't know how they've done it, but it looks like they've used old cement bags. It's not impressive. It looks bad.
you would. I mean, you would basically be of the opinion that since Fred Dibner died, it's gone to shit, this country.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of people say it's David Bowie dying that's made it's gone to shit, right? Because David Bowie passed away.
Yeah,
was it like around the time of Brexit? It was like a few months before Brexit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then there's people like, that's when the country went to shit. But then
it's probably not a bad start point. I'd go further back and say Rod Hull.
Fred Dibner was 2004.
Rod Hull was probably 98.
99, March 99, very good.
Right, okay, yeah.
So you think you can trace it back to that?
Yeah, I think so. I think we can, yeah.
I just Googled Rod Hull. And I'm just looking at his Desert Island Discs.
Oh, I'd quite like to hear that. I might listen to that.
He's gone for Mark Lester's Who Will Buy from the celebrated 1960s film Oliver, which is a fucking great movie, by the way. That is probably the worst song in it, but fair enough. He's got Minnie Riperton, Loving You.
Nice. Love it.
And then he's got a lot of classical stuff in there. And he's also gone for the recording of the Song of a Skylark. That's nice.
That's nice. But is that technically music? Is that allowed?
I think it is allowed. Yes, any recordings. You're allowed any recording.
Oh, so I could say I did the scream of my mother.
You could do that, yeah. If you had a recording of it, yeah, you could.
And you'd have to play that on the. You have to play that on the radio.
You also get the complete works of Shakespeare.
Yeah.
The Bible.
Yeah.
And I think you get one luxury item. That's
proper old school. Isn't it? Well, could we not update that? It's probably Harry Potter now, wouldn't it?
What's your not these days, mate? BBC, you're mad. Are you?
I don't know.
Are you? What are you taking as your luxury item onto the desert island?
Oh, luxury item. I don't know. I think
I don't think it can facilitate your escape. It's not allowed to do that.
Can I have a petrol? Can I have a petrol chainsaw?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah,
make my modifications to the desert island.
A terrifying choice, but
get me coconuts down.
Yeah, someone said on the photo of you and I the other day. Someone said, "Why is Pete dressed like Ed Gein?" So I'm not sure you want a chainsaw.
I don't know what I was. I don't know what I was wearing there. I don't even recognise those trousers. I think I was wearing trousers that I don't think I own. That's a bit.
I think people do. So what? Because you're known as quite a snappy dresser. I think people do sometimes.
You got to catch me on the right day.
Yeah, sometimes people do not really fully appreciate the fact that you can occasionally get it very, very wrong.
If I'm driving in, all bets are off.
If
I'm driving in, I'm like that. I go from yard work to car to inn.
I think my desert island disc luxury item would probably be a bed.
Right.
I feel like if I can, one thing parenting's taught me is that if I can get a good few hours kip, I'm okay.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But you could fashion one out of I don't know.
You're talking to me, here. You're talking to me.
I reckon you could weave something together with some brush.
I
reckon just constant access to MDMA. Just off me nut for the whole thing. Drinking seawater and wanking. Just the whole thing. Just the whole thing.
Forever.
It's horrible, man. And everyone would leave me alone. Yeah. Like everyone there's that wanking man. It'd be like the the Solomon Islands where those fellas just do not want to be bothered.
No, it's North Sentinel Island, isn't it?
North Sentinel Islands. That's the one.
There was by the way, Xavier Greenwood from The Observer, who used to work for Tortoise, which has now become The Observer, has done a brilliant podcast episode on North Sentinel Island.
Right, yeah.
It's really interesting because you know that a YouTuber tried to go there recently. Was he the Christian bloke who got killed? This is more recent to that.
YouTube, yeah.
There's a guy. He went there and he got onto the beach. It's illegal, by the way. I think he spent a bit of time in jail in India for doing it. And he left a can of Diet Coke on the beach.
I think they've throughout history they've had contact, but it's only because that fucking was it Belgian? Was it Belgian? I can't remember. Some wrong and ended up there and started fucking raping and killing people and just doing terrible stuff.
There was a guy back in the day who took a load of kids,
right,
and they all got sick.
Yeah,
and he, I think he ended up taking them back to the island.
Yeah,
but anyway, look, Xavier Greenwood's podcast episode does cover that. It's really good.
Yeah,
it's worth looking at.
It's an incredible story, and how like over time they've actually had people who've left the island and established communities in other islands, and there are blokes who have been. There's one bloke in particular who was going around with, I think, a Dutch explorer, and he went back to the island with this bloke who used to live on the island, and they did not recognise him, they did not understand him, and this guy is the only bloke who can speak North Sentinelese or whatever the language is, but very specific dialect on that particular island. It's absolutely fascinating. But
so this episode was about
Diet Coke.
This episode was about the. I don't think they got it. The episode is about, in some ways, the difference between proper academic, like what's the word you'd use for it? Kind of like anthropology, I suppose.
Yeah. And
then like just chancer YouTube content types, because he also, Xavier, who I know a little bit, he actually interviewed on it a language specialist an academic who was an expert in Indian languages, and she is desperate to find out what language they speak.
Yeah.
But she's never been able to. And she sounded quite pissed off that this guy just fucking turned up there. But he went under the cloak of darkness on like a fucking dinghy in like the middle of the night. He's lucky to be alive, really.
Yeah, the North Centralese version of you and Slasher. Just like, you know what's going on here?
Yeah.
He's left a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
But this guy ended up, he did pay a price for it, because I think he ended up spending time in jail with a load of Burmese poachers. Like,
right, okay.
I don't think he's spoken about
I
what
can't imagine. I
What
can't
it's like.
imagine it's very pleasant. But, I mean, if you're going to do it, you know, if you're going to do it, you got.
It's a fascinating place. It's a really good episode.
It's a fascinating place, and I'm fairly certain, aren't they all sort of their numbers are dwindling, and you just sort of think, well, what is the responsible thing to do?
I don't think they are now. I think there was huge concern for them around the time of the Boxing Day tsunami in 2004.
Right, yeah.
And that's when the last time the Indian government reached out.
Yeah.
And they got pinged with a load of arrows, and they were like, all right, fine, they're fine then. And but what's also fascinating about it is there's another island near there, which name escapes me, but they've just voted to agree to have a big development built on the island. I think it might be a casino, like a hotel casino.
Trump Tower.
Something like that. And so now everyone's now concerned. Conservationists and environmentalists are really concerned that that's going to have a really bad knock-on effect.
It invariably turns to alcoholism, doesn't it? Really, that's usually how it all.
But that's not on North Central. That's just an island near there. That's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's
one
not
of
one of the chain. But yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. It's kind of you're right. It's kind of like what do we give them the fruits of centuries of medical treatment to help?
I reckon just leave them alone.
Just leave them a Diet Coke. Give them a Diet Coke break, for crying out loud.
What must they think of that?
I don't think if you find a canister, because they've had access to they've got access to metals and stuff. They've been given metals and stuff before, if you find a can of that, you're like, that's probably some kind of weapon. It probably look like a little missile, wouldn't it?
There's 124 uncontacted groups in Brazil alone still, apparently.
Love that.
So there's a lot of people knocking about. They're living a great life, aren't they?
That was one of those. That was one of the percentages of the blokes coming over and declaring that they were gay in that documentary. It said something like 2% of persecuted gay men coming over were from Brazil, and I was like, and my dad was like, "You'd think it'd be higher in Brazil," and I was like, "Well, not really, because there's loads of gay people in Brazil."
Yeah.
So it's harder. I imagine it's harder to prove that you've been persecuted.
I think of Copacabana Beach as being quite a gay place. I don't know if it is or not.
I'm thinking it's man in speedos. That's classic.
Yeah.
That's classic gay pride.
What does the guy who reviews Packet all over the world think? I need to ask him.
I don't know. It's a good point.
He's one of the country's best working journalists.
Maybe you should go to the North Sentinel Island.
Would you agree with that?
And give them some Packet. I think he's the new everything gets distilled down to the shittest version of whatever it is. He's the new Anthony Bourdain. He just is the new Anthony Bourdain.
I agree. I strongly agree with that. He's just doing it for the love of it. He's probably not even being paid.
He quite simply loves the street and respects the street.
My mate who went to South America for a long old time, he told me that at the time that the cocaine in some of those countries was literally like pure cocaine. It was like £1 a gram.
Now, would that make you? Because I have not done it for a long time, and
since you had that constipation.
Since I had the constipation,
well, you only did like 4 poos in the whole of 2010.
Cleared me out, completely cleared me out.
Well, I remember I remember staying with you in South Africa in 2010 for over a week, and you didn't have a single poo.
Yeah. And I've got people I know who are still at it every now and again,
right?
At our age, and I'm like, oh, come on now.
Yeah, I know one or two.
But do you think that it's if you're not like an addict and you're just doing the odd. I've got less than no interest. I literally cannot handle hangovers. But is it as dangerous as we thought it was? I don't know.
No clue.
Is it better now? Is it worse now? Is it worse now because you could get hit with fentanyl? Is it good to take pure stuff? But would it be too strong?
Ask the Packet guy.
Ask the Packet guy. Is it strong? Are you worried about your heart exploding constantly? Absolutely constantly. There's that guy who's constantly rolling into back in and out of addiction. That no nose. What's his name? No nose. He's got no nose.
Oh, no cocaine Shane.
No more
cocaine Shane. Yeah.
No more cocaine Shane. He has done some more cocaine, as addicts generally do, and he and I can forget what my point was with that one, but watching that, like, if you are going into something that you've not done for a little while, it must be quite hard to sort of like judge.
That's how the majority of heroin overdoses happen, you know.
Yeah.
The majority of heroin overdoses come from people who've been into rehab, then relapsed, and they've got very poor recollection of the size of dose they need.
Yeah, yeah.
And their body can't take it. But you know, weirdly enough, I did see a graph in The Economist not that long ago talking about how, contrary to popular belief, the purity of cocaine is actually getting far better than it used to be.
Right.
And people think it's the opposite, but apparently it's not.
There's probably less policing of the ports, I imagine. There's just not enough funding to do it. There was you'd sort of think that there's apparently quite a lot of like young lasses who have kids who basically meet up, and I've seen a couple of these groups actually, and they are fucking wired. They meet up either with their kids or their little babies running around, not running around, little babies in their pushchairs, and they'll just go to like, Two Tree Island and just fucking do beak all day.
What's Two Tree Island?
Until it's like it's basically a little patch of mud where people go dogging and fly.
What the hell?
Fixed wing mini.
It's in Leigh-on-Sea.
It's in Leigh-on-Sea.
No, I know why you moved there.
It's basically where people do dogging, and also they fly those little aeroplanes, and they got adders. Over
Is this
there.
where they said Boris Johnson was going to put that new airport?
Oh, maybe. Didn't he say he was going to put it in Kent, though? I
thought he said it was going to be in Southend.
Right, in the estuary? I don't know.
Well, there's already an airport in Southend.
Canvey. Put it in Canvey.
Yeah,
just extend that one.
It sounds like it'd be really nice. Is it really nice?
Two Tree Island's all right for it. It's good for a dog walk. Now you watch the little buzzy planes take off and land. There's a little sort of marina where you can take your jet skis and stuff. So,
apparently, it's got a really bad problem with avocet egg stealing.
What's that? People stealing. There's a lot of like it's a bird reserve. I think.
Yeah, that's sad.
With the old blokes with long lenses are always
get yourself down there.
Or maybe they're doggers.
But don't take drugs. Don't take drugs.
I'm always done there. But you see like a gaggle of young lasses with their kids, and they're just fucking yammering at each other walking around.
Right.
Fascinating lifestyle.
Sounds like it. On that bombshell, Peter, we should probably get
Ladies.
out of here. Yeah.
Ladies, I haven't pooed in weeks. Can you help the brother out? Right. We'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah. You never know what day it is.
Look after yourselves. I never know what day it is. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you very soon. Okay.
Yeah. If anything we've talked about has kind of struck a chord, drop us a line.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you.
Are you off your John Chisel at 10 a.m. on a Monday? Let us know.
I'm not. I'm in the studio at that time. Normally, I'm off my head on Speller or Campbell or Donaldson or Hantha Raja.
Massive Campbell.
Yeah. All right, speak to you later on.
Soup, if you will. Bye bye.